Why do smart people overthink? You just made a decision, au simple one, and now you're replaying it. Did I say the right thing? Should I have chosen differently? What if it goes wrong? Here's something most people don't realize. The smarter you are, the more likely you are to do this. Not because smart people are weak, but because of exactly how their minds work. Today, we're breaking down the psychology behind overthinking and why it almost always targets the most analytical, self-aware, and capable people in the room. If you've ever felt trapped in your own head, this one is for you. The intelligence trap. Let's start with the core paradox. Intelligence is built on one fundamental skill, processing more information than the average person. Smart people don't just see a situation, they see layers of it. They see the consequences, the hidden meanings, the second and third order effects. They imagine how things could go wrong, and then they imagine how those things could go wrong. And here's the trap. When your brain is wired to detect patterns, it doesn't know when to stop detecting them. It keeps running, keeps searching, keeps asking, but what if I'm missing something? The same mental engine that helps you solve hard problems also refuses to let easy ones go. You don't get a decision. You get a loop. The awareness problem. There's another layer to this, and it comes down to awareness. Most people don't overthink their choices because they don't fully see the complexity of those choices. Ignorance, in a way, is efficient. But intelligent people are painfully aware of how many things could go wrong. And historically, that awareness was valuable. It kept humans alive. The person who noticed every sign of danger, who ran every possible threat through their mind, was the one who survived. But in the modern world, that survival mechanism misfires constantly. You're not avoiding predators anymore. You're sending an email, choosing a career path, having a conversation. The stakes are real, but they're not life or death real. And yet your brain responds like they might be. So instead of deciding and moving forward, you stay stuck preparing, analyzing, waiting for certainty that never comes. The self-reflection spiral. Now add one more ingredient, self-reflection. Highly intelligent people don't just think about the world, they think about themselves in the world. They replay conversations. They re-examine decisions from last week, last year, 5 years ago. Why did I say that? What did they really mean? Could I have handled that better? And here's the thing, reflection itself is healthy. It drives growth, learning, and emotional intelligence. But there's a line. Cross it, and reflection becomes rumination. The brain isn't learning anymore. It's just looping. You're not analyzing the past to do better. You're just reliving it over and over with no exit. Rumination doesn't produce answers. It produces anxiety. The perfectionism connection, there's one more force driving this, and it's one smart people rarely admit to. Perfectionism. When you're capable, you hold yourself to a high standard. You believe that if you just think hard enough, you can find the right answer, the optimal path, the decision with no regrets. And so you wait. You gather more information. You consider more angles. You run more scenarios. Not because you need to, but because you're afraid. Afraid that if you choose now, you might be choosing wrong. The cruel irony? The search for the perfect decision is the wrong decision. While you're waiting for perfect, life keeps moving. Opportunities close. Mentees. And the thing you were trying to protect yourself from regret becomes inevitable anyway. Progress always beats perfection, always. How to break the cycle. So how do you actually get out of this? First, recognize the loop for what it is. Not productive thinking, not careful planning. A loop, name it. I'm overthinking this. That single moment of awareness interrupts the cycle. Second, set a decision deadline. Give yourself a specific amount of time to think and then decide. 5 minutes, an hour, whatever fits the weight of the choice. When the clock runs out, you commit. Constraints force clarity. Third, accept imperfect information. You will never have all the facts. You will never eliminate all risk. Smart people struggle with this, but it's the truth. Waiting for certainty is just waiting forever. Act on the best information you have right now. Fourth, distinguish between decisions that are reversible and ones that aren't. Most of your decisions reversible. You can course correct. You can adjust. Stop treating every choice like it's permanent. Save your careful deliberation for the rare decisions that actually are. Fifth, learn to trust your intuition. Intuition isn't the absence of thinking. It's compressed thinking, years of experience processed so fast it feels instant. Highly analytical people often dismiss it. But your gut is usually smarter than your overthinking. Here's the final truth. Your analytical mind is one of your greatest strengths. Don't try to kill it. Don't feel ashamed of how deeply you think. But understand this: analysis is a tool. And like any tool, it has to know when its job is done. The goal isn't to think less. It's to think intentionally and then move. Clarity doesn't come from more thinking. It comes from action. You learn by doing. You grow by deciding. You escape the loop by stepping out of it. So the next time you feel your mind spinning, pause. Ask yourself, do I have enough to move forward? Most of the time, the answer is yes. You already know enough. Trust yourself. Takes a step. Subscribe to this channel, like and share with that one person you know is intelligent and smart that overthink everything.